Now you can see that we are having both all three icons here, like the previous icon, play pause icon, and this, the next icon. But we need some, a padding right as well, so we're gonna add that as well. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make the play pause icon is a larger size instead of having me smaller. Let's see how it's gonna look in the larger size. I think play pause icon should be large, will looks much more better. What do you think, guys? I think so. So now after that, what I'm gonna do, guys, I'm gonna, the padding was, let's make the cap as 20 as it was already. And after that, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add some padding right. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add spacings dot small. Let's see how it's gonna look. So I added the padding dot is small. It's not looking so good. Let me make it large, LG. And now let's check it out. Yeah, it's looking better. But if you see that this floating player height is not looking too good, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make the height of this, maybe 60. Let's see. Yeah, 60 is looking better. What do you think, guys? And if you see that on the touchable opacity, it's totally get hide if we click on touchable opacity. So what I'm gonna do, whenever we click on touchable opacity, it's not totally gonna zero. The opacity becomes 0. So I'm not gonna make it totally 0. So let's go to the touchable opacity, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to write active opacity will be 0.85. all right. Now if you click on go to previous button, you can see that it's only looking clickable, but it's not totally hiding from the UI. But if you see play pause, it's like totally hiding. So let's add active opacity to all the buttons. Okay, so I'm going to add this here as well, and in the next button as well. All right. Now before that, what else we need, we're gonna make this clickable as well. So whenever user click on floating player, it should open a player screen. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go back to the floating player, and instead of having a touchable view, I'm gonna make it touchable opacity like this, touchable opacity. Okay, and here I'm gonna also make this touchable opacity in the bottom as well. All right. Now if you click on this, you can see that it's totally hiding. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna again here also applying active opacity as a 0.85. all right, let's see. Yeah, we can see. Awesome. Now if you see there, what else we can do for here, let's open the Figma quickly. So if I open the Figma, so okay, now all the button is working. Now let's me explain the whole code, what is happening and how we had done that. First of all, we went to the home screen. Here after the flat list, we are imported the floating player component, and make sure to add a flex user 1 to the container. All right. Now after importing the floating player component, let's go to the floating player. Inside the floating player, we are having a touchable opacity. Inside the touchable opacity, we are having a one image, as you can see this image. Okay, now after the image, we are having this title container. Inside the title container, we are having a title and the artist. All right. Now after that, we are having another thing that is called go to previous button, which we had created another component, and here we are passing the size property. With the help of size, it's taking the height of the icon. So we went to the go to previous button. So by default, if there is no size, if you're not passing any size, to it will take a Excel size. Let's make this larger size if there is no size. Basically, if you're just using this component go to previous button, and we are not passing the size, so by default what is going to happen, it will take the larger size of the icon. All right. Now after this touchable opacity, we are inside the touchable opacity, we are having a font awesome 6. We are using this, we are just rendering this icon. Okay, and we are passing the sizes dynamically, so it could be a large or whatever the size we are passing, and we added the class.icon.primary. Same for the play pause icon. So here what we had done, inside the font awesome 6, we are having checking that if it's playing, basically there will be a boolean value. So if it's playing, like we can create a variable like this, const is playing, like this, true. If it's true, then what we're gonna do, we're gonna show the pause button. All right, and if it's not playing, so we're gonna show the play button. So I'm gonna also show you quickly. So if I make it false, so you can see that is playing is false, then we are showing the pause button. All right, so we will also implement this functionality. All right, now after that, we are having a go to next button. Okay, now you can see that just a forward icon, nothing else, and we are having a touchable opacity. Now let me open the Figma, and if you see on the floating player, first of all we have to add this slider, this slider as well, and after that we're gonna have a this moving text as well. So before that, let's add this slider. Okay, to add the slider, the package which I'm gonna use, that package name is called React Native Awesome Slider. All right, so you have to search React Native Awesome Slider and make sure to write npm as well, so it went to the npm page. Okay, so let me open this React Native Awesome Slider. Why we are using React Native Awesome Slider? Because we have to design this slider. All right, now as you can see that this is the React Native Awesome Slider, which is an awesome React Native slider component powered by React Native Reanimated v2 and React Native Gesture Handler. All right, so first of all, if you're installing this, if you are going to use this awesome slider package, so you have to first of all install the awesome slider, and after that you have to, before that you have to also install the Reanimated 2 and React Native Gesture Handler as well. All right, so first you have to follow installation instruction of Reanimated v2 and React Native Gesture Handler. All right, so what we're gonna do, first of all, before installing this package React Native Awesome Slider, we are going to install this Reanimated package and React Native Gesture Handler. All right, so let's open the Reanimated v2. You have to click on this link. It will open this website, React Native Reanimated, or you can search Google it, React Native Reanimated. After that you have to click on Get Started. Once you click on get started, you have to scroll down here, and we are using React Native CLI, so you have to just copy this command, npm install React Native Reanimated. So let me copy this command. After that you have to stop our emulator, so I'm gonna stop my emulator and I'm gonna just paste this command. After once you install the React Native Reanimated, if you see on the website, so what we have to do, add Reanimated's Babel plugin. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to add this line of code, React Native Reanimated plugin, to your babel.config.js file. Okay, so let me show you babel.config.js file. So I'm gonna collapse all the file folder. After that, if you see that there is one file that is called babel.config.js, click on that. You can see that we are having module.exports presets, and what he is telling, you have to create another variable, another key that is called plugins, and inside the plugins you have to add this string. Okay, so let's add that. So I'm gonna create one string plugins, and after that I'm gonna create one array. Okay, now if you see on the browser, so we have to copy this line of code. Okay, or you can copy this line of code, whatever you are comfortable. Okay, now once you copy that, you're gonna add that as well here like this. Okay, so what does people usually mistake? People use people just copy this line of code and they paste it here, so that's a wrong. So please add a one key plugins, and inside that keys the value will be React Native Reanimated plugin. Make sure that. All right, so this is how we install the React Native Reanimated. And before, once you install this server, so make sure you start with the reset by resetting your cache. Okay, as they are suggesting. Okay, now after that, once you install, this is how we install the React Native Reanimated. Let me summarize it once more. First of all, we have to install React Native Reanimated. After that, you have to go inside the babel.config.js file. You have to create one key that is called plugins if there is not already, and after that you have to add this key. After that, inside the array you have to add the value like this, as you can see that. Please don't mistake it. All right, after that, what you guys have to do, whenever you start your server, so you have to use this command, npm start reset cache. So if there is already some cache, it will get removed. Now let's go back to the React Native Awesome Slider npm website. Here, first of all, as they have told that first you have to follow installation instruction of Reanimated. We are done with the Reanimated. Now we have to install the React Native Gesture Handler. Let's click on this. Now we went to the React Native Gesture Handler website, declarative API exposing platform native touch and gestural system to React Native. Okay, now let's click on Get Started. Once you click on Get Started, you have to scroll down. As you can see, some of the code, but we are not going to use. You have to click on installation. You can click the installation from here, or you can also click on the installation from the top. Okay, that's up to you. Now once you're done with that, after that you have to copy this command, npm install React Native Gesture Handler. So I'm gonna copy this command. Okay, as you can see that this is the command, or if you're using yarn, so you can use yarn, but I'm using npm, so I'm just gonna copy this command, okay, and I'm gonna paste this command inside my emulator. So let me show you again. Okay, npm install save react native gesture handler, and let's press the enter, so it will install this gesture handler package as well. Once you're done with that, what they are suggesting that after installation, wrap your entry point, your gesture handler root u or gesture handle root high order component. So what we have to do, we have to import gesture handle root u inside the root app component like this, and we have to wrap our content like this. Okay, so first of all, let's copy this line of code. Let's go to the app.jsx. okay, before that, let me start my server as well. So let me go to this website. This is the command to start the cache. So let me type this as well. So I'm gonna type npm start reset, reset. After that, what we have, we are having also dash as well, reset, and after that reset cache. Okay, cache, npm start reset cache, so it will start the server by resetting the cache. Okay, now where we are, if we see that, we are here like installation of react native gesture handler. So they are telling that we have to wrap our app component like this. So let me copy this line of code. Let's go to the app.jsx, and also let me start the server as well. So meanwhile it will start, it will start the emulator as well, like it will install the app with this all the stuff. Now let me make the terminal size smaller. Now let's go to the app.jsx. as they have told me that first of all you have to import this gesture handler root u from the react native gesture handler. After that you have to wrap this content. So I'm gonna wrap this as well, like gesture handler root view like this, and let me close that as well like this. After that I'm gonna copy this line of code, and I'm gonna wrap this whole code like this, gesture handler root view. Okay, now if you see that we had imported from the react native gesture handler, and after that here I have to add one property that is called style flex is a 1. So I'm gonna copy this and let's add this style is equal to flex is a 1. Okay, so this is how we set up the react native gesture handler. Now let's see that is our react native reanimated working well, and react native gesture handler has been set up successfully or not. If it's had not successfully perfectly, so it's gonna throw some error. So let's see. Before that, let me summarize that as well, what we had done. First of all, we went to the browser, we searched react native awesome slider npm. So we went to the website of react native awesome slide npm package. So we went to open that. Now to install this package or to use this package, we had to install some packages. The first package name is called Reanimated and React Native Gesture Handler. To set up the Reanimated, what we had done, we had click on get started. After that, we got this command npm install react native reanimated. We had copied this command. After that, we went to the babel.config.js file. We had created one key, a plugins key, and inside the array we had just copied this string. Alright, now once we after that, whenever we start our server, we start the server by resetting our cache. Alright, and after that, to install the gesture handler, we again click on this website. After that, we went to the some website, and we have to click on this installation. Once we click on installation, we scroll down, we copy this command npm install save react native gesture handler. I had copied this command, and after that we went to the app component. Inside the app component, we wrap our content with the gesture handler root view, and we had also import the gesture handler root view from the react native gesture handler, and we make the style is equal to flex is a 1. Alright, now if you see on the app, our app is working perfectly well. Alright, we are not getting error. It means that our react native gesture handler and react native reanimated has been successfully completed. Now the next thing which we have to install, and the major thing which why we had installed the reanimated and react native gesture handler, that is for this package react native awesome slider. So let me copy this line of code, and let me paste that react native awesome slider. Okay, before that let me summarize it once more, guys, why we are using, why I install the reanimated React Native gesture handler, because it require for this package. Okay, but we also gonna create this drawer navigator. If you see on the Figma, we are having this drawer navigator. All right, for this drawer navigator we also need a gesture handler, so that package is gonna work for this as well. So that's why we are using React Native gesture handler and React Native reanimate. Okay, are we gonna use any more places for the React Native reanimated? Yeah, we are going to use React Native reanimated for this moving text. All right, we want the moving text. Basically, if the text size is larger than the content, or like this is space, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make this content movable. Okay, so we also gonna do that. But before that, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna create this floating player, like this slider. Let's create the slider. Now as you can see that our app is running perfectly. Now let's go to the source, let's go to the component, and let's go to the floating player. Inside the floating player we have to use this we have to use awesome slider. For that, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cut this code completely, and inside here I'm gonna add one view like this. All right, now paste this code again. Now after this view, let me do one thing. Now if you go to the website React Native awesome slider, and if you scroll down, so they are telling that to use this slider you gonna have this all the things. So first of all, I'm gonna add const progress is equal to use shared value, mean value, and the max value. So I'm gonna copy this code. All right, now after that I'm gonna paste that code as well. Okay, and now I'm gonna import this use shared value from the React Native reanimated. All right, I'm gonna I imported the React use shared value from the React Native reanimated. Now once we're done with that, we are having a slider. So let me copy this line of code, and again I'm gonna having another view, okay, for the slider like this, and I'm gonna paste that, and make sure to import the slider from the React Native awesome slider as well. Okay, so let's see, I imported the React Native awesome slider. I imported the React Native slider from this React Native awesome slider. Now as you can see that we are able to see this slider on the top. All right, and this is looking quite bit well. Okay, but if you see on this image, it's overlapping, the image is on the top of this height and width. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go to the cover image, and I'm gonna make this height much more decreased. Now let's give a shot. So I'm gonna make it 70. So still if you see that this is not looking well, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make it 50, and let's give a shot. Okay, as you can see that this content is going inside that. So first of all, let's do that all the things. So first of all, I think, do we have to increase the height as well? Yeah, the height is like here it seems the height is quite bit small, so we're gonna style that as well. So style this this slider. We're gonna go to this website React Native awesome slider, and here you can see that we are having a theme object, and inside the theme object we can decide, like we can change all the things whatever we want. Okay, so you can use this color. Let me copy this color theme object, and after that I'm gonna paste that code. Okay, now you can see that we are having become the color has been changed. All right, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna remove this quickly comment this whole code. Okay, so first of all we need this color, the minimum tint color. Okay, the minimum tint color. What is minimum tint color? Minimum tint color means like whatever the path whatever the path, or like whatever the things it has been played, that is called minimum tint color. So if I make minimum tint color as a black, so it become this black. All right, so let's make this like this, colors dot minimum. Do we have minimum tint color? Let's see on the colors object. So I'm gonna open this colors. No, I had not added this minimum tint color key, so I'm gonna add one key that is called minimum tint color. All right, and we're gonna have as well maximum tint color. So maximum tint color. Now if you open the Figma, what is the color of minimum and the maximum? The maximum tint color is now almost white, so if we can get this color by like this. sorry, my minimum tint color is white, so I just paste it out. And if you see on the again Figma, the maximum tint color is this color. Okay, now to get this, what we gonna do, I'm gonna create one square like this. And how you can get this color? To get this color, you have to click on this object. Now click on this, because and after that click on this. Okay, again you can select this icon as well, like if you want, like this. Okay, now once you're done with that, you have to copy this color code, and this is how we get the color code. But by default, if you see that, we get the color code of this 555 BCA, so you can just use it as well. So maximum tint color is like this color. Now if you see on the Figma, if you see here, we are not able to see anything. All right, now let's go to the floating player. So let's add this colors dot minimum tint color. Okay, and also we're gonna add maximum tint color. Maximum track tint color will be colors dot maximum tint color. Okay, now as you can see that this is looking well as we have defined on the Figma. Now again let's go to this awesome slider. Now what we want to do, guys, basically we want to increase the height. Okay, so here you can see that here we are having a style property, and here we can use that as well. So let's copy this style property. So I just copy this style property, and I'm gonna remove this whole code, like we don't want else code right now. Okay, to increase the height of this slider, I just found that on this website that is called one property that is called container style. So let's see that. So if you see that, we are having a theme object, theme property, theme props, border color, minimum, maximum, sliding, render thumb, render mask, bubble text. Okay, and we are having a container style. So let me copy this container style. After that, I'm gonna add a height. So let's add a height of 20 if I want to make it 20. All right, now as you can see that it becomes too much longer, which I don't prefer it. Now let's make it 10. I think 10 is also not looking well, and if I make it by default is looking well, like I think so. What do you think, guys? I think by default is looking too good, so I'm not gonna do any changes here. So if you see there, okay, let me do like this, undo this, and if you see here, like what the thing we are having here, this image is coming on the top of this slider, which I don't prefer it. Okay, so how we can override it? So okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm not gonna add any height because the height is looking well, which I feel right now, because after giving the height. Okay, now if you see this container, so this image, we want this slider should be on the top of image, not below the image. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add one property, style is equal to, and z index gonna be 1. If I add 1, so as you can see that the image is like go to the top below of this slider. All right, now after that, let's go to this image, this floating player. And what else we gonna do? What else? Okay, so the cover image is like almost height is a 50-50, and I'm gonna make it 70-70. So what's gonna happen? It's looking too weird, which I don't like it. So let's make it 60-60, and I'm gonna make this resize mode as a cover. Cover. Okay, all right, resize mode as a cover. All right, now okay, before that, let me also, guys, teach how to this make it customizable. If you want to make this customizable, because one of the most crucial thing that is as well. So yeah, this is working well. I'm not telling that we're gonna modify this. I'm gonna just before that, I'm gonna commit this code as well. So we're gonna come to this stage as well. So I'm gonna just commit this as well. Created a floating player created floating player. All right, and let's click on commit. Okay, now if you see on this, let's try to how to make it much more customizable, all the things whatever we want. Okay, so if you see that we don't want to show that bubble text. Okay, so if you see that we are having this name, theme, style, border color, progress, cache, minimum, maximum, on sliding start, on value change, render bubble. Okay, render bubble means this is the component. Like if you want to change this bubble, this is the bubble. And if you want to make it something customizable, so you can definitely make a customizable component as well. Like I think like this, we have to pass a component like this if I'm not wrong, and here we can, whatever you want to make, you can make it like that. Okay, so that totally up to you. Render bubble is not a function, and we have to pass a component here instead of having this direct component. So we can have this like this, and if I make it a view, we can see that the same thing. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, if I make it text something like this, and if I click on this, so we can't see this is a bubble on the top which we are seeing. So again, let me show you. This is bubble. Okay, whatever the slider we are having, so if you don't want this bubble, you can get rid of this bubble by just returning the null. So as you can see, that currently we are seeing 57, 64, 78, 79. So what I'm gonna do, instead of having a 0 to 100, I'm gonna make it 0 to 1. If I make it 0 to 1, the value we're gonna change from, let me reload this quickly. Now if I reload this, if you see that on the top we are getting 0 to on the top like this. So if you don't want to show this bubble, the top bubble, you can get rid of this. So I don't want to show this bubble, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna return the null. To return the null, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna like this, return null. Okay, or like we can have a what else we can do, like just like null. Let's see it's working or not. Yeah, my god, let me reload this and let's check it out. Now you can see that still it's rendering the bubble. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just return a one view component, which is quite bit weird, but let's see. Now if you see, we are get rid of this render bubble component. Okay, now if you want to customize this thumb as well, so you can customize that as well, because we are having one property that is called render thumb. So if you want to do anything with the thumb, like you want to add a custom thumb, let's suppose if I want to make it custom thumb, so how we can do it? So like this, we're gonna return a component. All right, and here I'm gonna add a view like this. Okay, and inside this view I'm gonna add some color, like style is equal to background color will be red. This is just showing for you guys to make it much more customizable if you want. Now you can see that we are not getting anything, like the thumb has been removed. So we can add some height, okay, like this. We can add some height like 25, width will be also 25 like this. Okay, now as you can see that still we are not able to see because I done some mistake maybe. Okay, so basically you can, using this props render thumb, you can customize this as well. All right, so I'm gonna get rid of this. Okay, why we are not able to see this code? Because we have not added this code. Translate x gonna be if I make it 10, let's see, still I can't see that. It's not a big deal. So basically using this prop render thumb property, you can make it customizable. So that's totally up to you. If you want to make it much more customizable, you can make it. All right, so let me summarize this, what we had done in this floating player. So first of all, we went to this let me close this again and let me explain you from the beginner. So we are having inside the floating player, we are having a one view. Inside this view we had created another view. Inside that view we are given the style is a jet index is a 1. To make the content on the top of this, this content come on the top of the rest of the content. Okay, after that we are having a slider style.container, and we are having a container. Okay, now let's add a container as well. So slider container, if you want to make it like slider container, that's totally up to you, but I don't want to give any styling. Okay, and after that we are having a progress. So we are creating one state here, like using the use state value. Why you not using use state value? Why you're using use state value? The main reason behind this is like I'm using use state value instead of having a use state, because use state value will help us to make this thing animated, and it will give a smooth transition kind of stuff. And if you're using React Native awesome slider, so you have to use use state value. Okay, now after that we have defined a 3 state progress state, minimum state, and the maximum state. Inside the slider object, we are having a progress value, minimum value, and the maximum value. We are having also a theme object. Inside the theme, we are having maximum track tint color and minimum track tint color. Okay, so minimum track tint color is this color, the first color, which this is the minimum tint color, and the maximum tint color is this one, rest of the content. Okay, after that we are having container style. So if you want to add some height like this, height gonna be 10, so you can add the container style like this. That totally up to you, but we don't need container style, so you can make it container style. We're gonna have another property that is called render bubble to render the content on the top of this, like how many second has been played using the render bubble. We are having also another props that is called render thumb to customize the thumb as well as you need. Okay, and after that we are having one touchable opacity. This is a touchable opacity. Here we had done first of all, we have already seen this, right? So we are having an image, inside that title and artist name and button container. Okay,